Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This is the Hey Ed YouTube channel, and I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy, Edward Anderson. Okay, this is a pretty important video today, so I hope you watch it all the way through. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the markets these days and offer you a solution to help ease your fears. So please watch it all the way through. Now, I'm going to put on my trading background hat. Okay, so I do have a background in the stock market. I worked in the stock market on Wall Street for many years. And I worked as a stockbroker and as a trader and as a trading instructor. So I do know a little bit about this stuff. Now, let me paint a little picture for you, okay? If a prize fighter gets hit in the face hard enough to make him go down on the mat, if he does manage to get up, he's not going to spring off the mat. It's going to take him a while to recover. He's going to stumble a little bit. And he's going to falter a little bit. Well, the stock market, and in particular the cryptocurrency market, because they're always exponentially more volatile than the regular market in general, right? It's been hit on the chin real hard, enough for it to go down on the mat, okay, lately. And a lot of damage has been done. So this market is not going to spring off the mat and go roaring to new highs right away. It's going to take time to recover. That is even if it does recover. I think it has plenty of room to go down further. I'm going to show you two quick charts. Okay. Now the first one is going to be on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and you can see that we basically have a double top in this market. And look at this support level right here. Okay, a lot of damage has been done. So I think the market has a lot further to go to the downside. But even if it doesn't, it's going to have a lot of work to do before it can go anywhere near making new highs. Now, aside from the technicals, there are fundamental reasons why this market is down. Okay, if you watch my other videos, particularly my videos with Rob Russ, where we did a podcast on these topics, the policies that are being implemented right now by the powers to be, namely the Federal Reserve and the people in Congress, are just god-awful for the economy. Okay, let's say we have a lot of work to do to the downside before we find a bottom. I'm not going to go into it in this video because I want to respect your time, but there are a lot of fundamental reasons too why this market could be in serious trouble for a long time. All right, so let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart. All right, now you can see, now this is the 1 year chart on Bitcoin. Now you can see that in the year over year, Bitcoin right now is basically where it was this time last year. It's given up all those gains that it had at one point in this year. And just take a look at a longer term chart on Bitcoin. Now, you can see that even though Bitcoin has come down quite a bit, very severely in a very short period of time, you know what? It's got a lot more room to go to the downside, potentially. I don't know whether it will or not, but the idea that it cannot go down any further, get that out of your mind right now, because it certainly could. And Bitcoin, just to be clear, is the big gravitational pull in the cryptocurrency markets, okay? So if Bitcoin has a dramatic move in one direction or another, it does drag along all the other cryptos along for the ride, even if those other cryptos have nothing to do with Bitcoin, okay? So Bitcoin kind of sets the stage. Now, any given cryptocurrency, just like any given stock, can, of course, fight the trend if it has its own catalyst, to make it go. But aside from particular individual catalysts, stocks and cryptos are going to follow the big dog. So right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average and Bitcoin, they're the two big dogs in their respective fields. And so even if you don't own Bitcoin, but you own some other crypto, you could be sucking wind for a little while. Okay. Now, sure, I promise you that there are going to be dramatic pushback rallies in both the stock market and in cryptos, okay? But they're probably going to be short-lived. So this is what they call a trader's market. If you're a trader and you're nimble, you can make a lot of money in this kind of a market. But most people don't have the time or the discipline to try to capture those little moves in and out. Usually what happens is the markets will start to rally and get people really excited, thinking they're going to get a bargain. And just as they get in, they turn around and go down again. That is usually what happens. So what can you do? Let's say you own a crypto and you're down a lot, or you own a stock and you're down a lot. What can you do? Well, the number one thing you want to do is you want to be honest with yourself, and you want to take a snapshot view of whatever it is that you own. And you want to look forward and say, well, what's the health of this guy right now? And try not to get caught up with your ego. Okay. Now, it's human nature not to want to take a loss, because we're human beings, right? And we equate taking a loss with failure. Okay, and nobody wants to be a failure. And so what a lot of people would do, what amateurs would do, is, and that's not, I didn't mean that disparagingly. What most people do is they will hold on to losing position because they can't bring themselves to take a loss. Now that's the difference between an amateur and a professional. A professional keeps his losses small and lets his winners run. What can you do? What's the remedy to this for most of you? Well, listen, you want to take a snapshot look at what you have and take a look at the health of whatever it is. What are the prospects of this guy going forward? I mean, do you care whether you make your money back in that same product or in a different product? It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you, right? Sometimes not being in a trade or not being in a stock or crypto is just as important as being in it. All right. So preserving your capital, living to fight another day, right? But even if you find yourself saying, I cannot bring myself to take this loss, Ed, I cannot bring myself to do it. Even if that's the case, there's something you can do. And then start developing what I preach on this channel all the time. Start developing passive recurring income in products that don't expose you to market direction. All right. Now, I'm involved in some things. I mentioned a few of them here on this channel. Novatech, wonderful. And then there's that other program that I've alluded to several times in my recent videos, some of them with interviews of other people in this program. It's a spectacular program, and it's yielding me 0.5% a day, every single day. It actually is a crypto product, and it does not expose me to directional risk. So I get my 0.5% a day regardless of what the market does. It's a crypto related product. It's actually in the metaverse field. How's that, huh? And I get my 0.5% a day every single day. I cannot talk about it in this format because of the rules put out by that program, which I respect and I adhere to. But I can talk to you about it personally. So if you want to contact me, my email address, as always, is in the contact information below. You should get a hold of me so we can talk about that program. But whether you get involved in that program or not, you got to find a way to get passive recurring income that comes into you regardless of what the market is doing. And if you do that, you don't give a flying squirrel about what the market is doing because you're getting your passive recurring income. Passive, that means you're not working for it, right? It's coming in on its own. And recurring means it's coming in all the time, okay? If you do that, you become bulletproof. And if you want to ride out those other situations that are hurting right now, passive recurring income will allow you to do it, and maybe even put you in a position to take advantage of the markets when they are severely lower. That's what I want you to do, is whether you are going to hold on to your losing positions or not, and you want to find a way to prosper in these kind of volatile markets. So you should contact me and we should have a conversation one-on-one. Whether you do not have that much to work with or you're an astute investor with a lot of dough in your pockets, if the market's going down, it's going down for everyone. So my strategies, my ideas are really suitable for all of you guys. And the program that I'm in that I do not talk about specifically in this channel, okay, now I need to talk to you guys. You need to talk to me. Reach out to me, and I'll give you all the information you need, and I'll answer all of your questions, about it. For now, I can tell you that it's an amazing program. I've been in that one for a little over 9 months, and it's performed as advertised beautifully for me. And it's a rock solid idea. So there's my message and my idea for the day. It's kind of an important one, a very timely one. Listen, I went to work on Wall Street in 1987, and I've seen a lot during that time. And let me tell you, if you think the market cannot go very much lower, I promise you that it can. I'm not saying that it will, but I don't see, at this moment, I don't see any particular catalyst that's going to drive it back to where it was a couple of months ago. Why would it? You look, there are no fundamental catalysts, and the technicals are god awful. Okay, so you got to find a way. You have to be proactive. At a certain point, it becomes a you problem, not a market problem. You have to take steps, and I can give you some ideas right now. Now, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm here to share ideas with you and see if I can help you find a solution to the situation right now. So I hope to hear from you guys. Shoot me an email below. Maybe tell me a little bit about your situation in the email, and let's set up a phone call or maybe even a Zoom call and go over things. And let's see if I can't give you some ideas that can help you out. If I can't, no harm done. At least we'll get to know each other a little bit. So Edward Anderson, I hope to hear from you. Signing out.
Copy that.